Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Glow with Lola, the podcast for personal growth, wellness, and real life transformations. I'm your host, Lola, sharing my journey, lessons, and tools that help me glow from within, from grief to healing to balancing hormones and self care. We keep it real, we keep it raw and unfiltered. So grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's glow together. On today's episode, we have our lovely Layla, who agreed to come on my podcast, and I'm super excited to have you over.
I'm so honored to be here.
For those who don't know, Layla is a very known event planner in our area, Toronto. You do
everything
international.
Yeah, we do a little things of international for like the States or here or wherever. We have a couple like travel plans planned for this year, so it's exciting.
Love it.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I met Layla. You did my 25th birthday celebration.
I did.
It was epic.
It was amazing. It was us with Chef de la Mesa, which was amazing, and we did this beautiful tablescape that actually set the tone for that year, to be honest.
Way.
Yeah, the amount of sends I got of your birthday, and they're like, I want that with the fluff in between. So you kind of set the standard when we did your birthday. It was so good.
It was epic. I was like, can she recreate it? At first I reached to Chef de la Mesa to do just a menu, and he's like, well, do you have an event planner? I'm like, do I have an event planner? Do we need one? Yes. And then he told me that Layla, she's part of the team, you should reach out to her, and you were like, perfect to deal with.
I know. Thank you so much. We work so closely with them, and they're incredible. So it was like a dream team, and now we're here, and we're all friends, and everything's fantastic.
I'm so happy to have you here. But I wanted to ask you a few questions I think our audience would love to hear.
I'd love to answer.
Yeah. Tell us about yourself. When did you start, and how did you start your career?
When did I start? About me. Okay, so I started just in the hospitality industry, to be honest, when I was 20. I'm 27 now, so it's been like 7 years. Wow. But I started at Joey's, the Don Mills location, and I was a hostess. But then I would move into their large party reservation, so I did all their large party coordinations and reservations on that end. And then life happened, and I had to move up in the world very quickly. So then I left Joey's and I moved downtown to another restaurant, but I was an event manager down there. And I was always the friend that was like doing all the friends' birthdays at home and like baking the cakes and doing cupcakes and like trying to put on like little parties, or like we did like a football party at my dad's house one year, and I like balled out at Party City. I was like given $150. I was like, here's $150. I was like, okay. And I got all these football balloons and stuff. So that happened. And then, I was downtown for a little bit, and then COVID happened. And then when COVID happened, everything shut down, and the restaurant industry like completely shut down. So I left the downtown location, and then I moved into the balloon industry. So I started, a lot of people don't know, but before I started doing full event planning and like table decor and that kind of stuff, I started in balloons. That was my main goal. Okay. So I was like, okay, let's start in balloons at the beginning so that I can reach where I want to be, which is more event planning. But I found that we needed a niche because not everyone needs an event planner every weekend. But like if there's someone's first birthday or somebody's celebration or something corporate and they just want balloons, then we could do that. So I started in balloons, and that lasted a couple years. And then I kind of branched out on my own. Probably about 3 years ago. And then from balloons, I moved into full planning because people were like, do you know this person? Do you know that person? I was like, I do. And I am that person.
Right.
So
I love it. So you're offering all in one.
Exactly.
Services.
So that's how it kind of started. And now we're here. So it's been a fast growth process, which we're very blessed and thankful for. So it's been amazing.
And your Instagram page, I'm going to tag it later, but you need to take a look. I know I don't have a wedding date yet, but you're going to be my wedding planner.
You. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait. If your birthday was just so intimate and beautiful, I can't imagine what your wedding would look like.
I don't have a vision yet, but I'm sure it will come. But I have the woman. That's really important.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So when you did the balloons, did you like take a course? How do you start?
No, like I had a girlfriend help me at the time, and she was so kind enough to help me like teach and all that kind of stuff. And then I kind of took it upon myself. I'm a very hands-on learner, honestly. Like if you show me something one time, we're cool with it, right? It's just like you find your technique. But obviously like YouTube is really helpful. Now we have TikTok, which is obviously really helpful. Instagram is helpful. Like just taking social media and like using all the resources that you can, I would say would be the best way to start like learning something like that. So we still do balloons all the time, but it's definitely more on the back burner since that we take on
In
more
your
like
off
planning
seasons,
stuff. Yeah.
probably,
Like,
right?
yeah. Like if someone needs it, like tomorrow I got to do a balloon setup because I did her baby shower and then I did her son's first birthday and then her son's second birthday. Now we're on to her second kid. So it's growing in that way of like clientele. Right.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of
What's
how we
your
started.
busiest season? Is
Now,
it summertime?
yeah, like we're like hopping straight into it. So we do a lot of bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs, which is really cool. So May is like full force mitzvah season.
Okay.
And this is like end of school year for kids approaching
Right.
and before camp starts. Like a lot of the kids go to camp in the summer. So May gets really, really busy. And then June, July, August gets really busy with weddings and baby showers and bridal showers because it's nice. Like we do not have good weather.
No,
girl. Like
look, it's outside. It's raining and it's
I know
gloomy.
it's like
I'm
disgusting
surprised
today.
you left your house. Thank you.
For you, anything. For you,
Thank
anything.
you.
I will leave my house. But literally, I can't even begin to tell you, like, we don't have that many good summer months. So in the summer, people wait for their bridal showers. Thankfully, their baby showers, if all goes well to timing.
Right.
And a lot of their wedding stuff is in the summer, right? So that is when we make like the most money, honestly, in the summer.
Do you enjoy the summer? Do you get to enjoy it, or do you work?
No. I don't see summer.
No, you don't. You see balloons. And
I see
halls.
tents
Yeah.
and I see brides and I see clients and I see myself running around in circles all day. So kind of in the beginning of the year, like January, February, where it's kind of quiet, it's more consultation season because everyone gets engaged and all their proposals all happen in like December and November, and then brides get like really nervous in January, and that's when we do a lot of consultations. So that's kind of that season when I get to travel if I can. Otherwise, if I'm traveling, it's for work or for somebody's wedding.
Does it bother you, like that aspect of the business?
I don't think it bothers me. I just wish I had like a little bit more of a social life. We make it work. Like it's all cool. Like we totally make it work, but it definitely takes. I miss out on a lot of things. Like a lot of things.
Would you take like down the road, would you do more boundaries and more time for you?
Yeah. Like I feel like that's the point that we're getting in work right now is like at the first 4 years of my business, because I think we're going into my 4th year right now of like solo.
Yeah.
The first 4 years of business have been very like you growing and going on certain things and doing things for free and like molding yourself and connecting. So it's been like a lot of like head straight just for work. So now that we've kind of gotten to a place where we're very consistent, we're so blessed and we're so lucky and we have like a really good clientele base and people trust us. And we have our back end set up, which was a whole other thing we could talk about, but having my whole back end set up and having staff now and like having the right contacts, like I've definitely I'm trying more to like set boundaries and say no to things that might not align with the business or like just try to not overwhelm myself. Like I think one thing that I tell a lot of my friends is that I'm having a big like reality check.
Yeah, that's good.
Because it's the thing of like I used to do like all these little things of like $500 here and $500 there and $700 here, but now I'm taking on bigger projects that are like $5,000, $10,000, $50,000. So they're bigger, chunkier projects that take up more of my time in bigger scales, but not so much the tiny little events that are just
and you can allow yourself to do that too.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You've been in the business long enough, you establish relationships, people know you.
Exactly.
You're self-employed, so you can say no and yes and however you please.
Exactly. So now it's like 2 really big events on the weekend versus like 5 minis. So that's kind of what the transition that I'm seeing. So it's a different feel for sure. But I like it better, honestly, because I get to give clients like 100% of my attention and it goes into something bigger. But we love the little things too, like the kids' birthdays and the table setups. Like they're so lovely. And people love those too because those are more common, right? So we try to accommodate as much as we can, but we do a little bit of everything, which I love
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Because event planning is nonstop, how do you take care of yourself? You, not the clients.
Me?
Yeah. Is there room for Layla in that schedule?
No.
No.
There's no room for Layla.
No.
No. We're working on it though.
Okay.
Kind of.
How?
How are we working on it? Oh, well, we're trying. So it's hard to have a social life. And that's why a lot of my friends see me during the week, because during the week, I'm really busy, like on the phone between clients and whatever. But my evenings are a little bit more chill because people have to go to work the next day. And it's not that bad. The weekends, I'm booked with work, which is fine. I sometimes have the off weekend, but most weekends I'm booked. So it's really hard to socialize. Like today, for example, I was telling you earlier, I like just popped up at my friend's work because because I can. Yeah. And this is the time where I'm going to socialize and like say hi to people, or like I made dinner plans last night. We went out for dinner, which was so nice.
But you do make time.
We do make time.
You're just more on the go.
Yeah, it has to be like, what are you doing tonight? Or like, what are you doing in like 3 weeks on a Tuesday? Well, even like scheduling this, you know, you're busy too. You have your own life. You have your corporate, you have this, you have so much happening with family. Like it's really hard to align with people's schedules, which is what we spoke about briefly today. But trying to have a work-life balance is something that I'm learning. It's just really hard, honestly. I will make time. If I need to do something, I always make the time. But I need to be better at it.
Okay. But you look like you're emotionally stable. No? Like you look like you have your shit together.
Yeah, no, I have my shit together, thank God. But like at the end of the day, like I'm like, I'm tired. And everyone's tired and everyone's working. So it's no excuse. But like I'm so exhausted. Like I'm just so exhausted. Truly. Honestly, I'm exhausted. But I honestly wouldn't change it for the world. I try to keep myself together and try to keep everything really organized. I have major OCD. Like my whole back end, thank God, is like the most perfect it's ever been. Like when I first started my business, it was all like 20 Google Doc sheets. What am I doing with 20 Google Doc sheets? Yeah. I can't do anything with that. Now? And now it's like I have we have like every one of my clients, it's my website's connected to my Honeybooks, which has my whole back end situated. And that's connected to my Notion. So each of my clients have their own profile so that they have access to, especially my wedding clients, my mitzvah clients. They can upload like all of their documents. They can upload like all of their guest lists. Like I can keep track of what they're doing through the year, and any of my notes that I've taken, I can go jump back in their file versus having a Google Doc sheet and it's all messed up, right? So this keeps me like really organized so that I know I can sleep peacefully at night knowing that everything's good so that I can have a social life.
So you sleep at night?
Yeah, I sleep at night.
Okay, so that's one check mark for wellness.
But a lot of my friends will tell you that I sleep talk about work.
Okay. Don't forget the leopard balloon.
Yeah. So like the other day I had my girl sleep over with me. She's so funny. She's like, oh, like, what are you going to talk about tonight? I'm like, I don't know. So the other night she slept over, woke up, whatever. And I took her to Amazon with me to go do a job. And she was like, oh, like, what's $50? I'm like, what's $50? She's like, 2 bar menus, $50. I'm like, oh yeah. She goes, all you said was $50. No problem. 2 bar menus. And I went to sleep. And I didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, that's for my client Carol. Like it's this weekend. Like she's all good. Don't worry. So it's like I sleep. I think. I think I sleep. But apparently I sleep talk about my work.
Don't feel tired.
Oh, I'm exhausted. But like,
do you drink coffee?
No. Don't like coffee.
What?
I don't like the taste of coffee.
What?
I know,
girl.
I know.
Today I had an important meeting, and I'm like, I'm not going to drink caffeine because I'm going to feel more stressful. And I had my decaf, but I was very tired, but I was calm. Calm. And then I had my coffee after the important meeting that I had.
I wish I liked coffee. Everyone has like ice caps and like ice
So
coffees.
What do you drink? Tea?
Barely.
Water?
Like, no.
Pop?
Yeah.
What pop? Which pop?
I drink a lot of Coke Zero.
Okay.
Like Crush Orange Zero, Coke Zero.
Water?
Sometimes I need to be better at that, but I drink a lot like pop. I don't know why. It's a problem. It's actually a problem, but I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I've never drank in my life.
See, that's why I invited you on this podcast without even knowing you're not doing it.
No coffee. I drink
Love it.
Red Bull really bad also, but like
it's okay.
you pick and choose your
Right,
battles.
you
I've
do.
never had a shot. I've never had a beer. I've never had a glass of wine.
I don't know. You're missing out. Sid. I was like,
know. Some
and
people
I
think-
asked you, do you want to drink wine or
Yes.
matcha or
yeah.
tea?
And I said tea or hot chocolate because I'm
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah. I love it.
Because I'm an absolute child. But
Right.
no, I never. So that's kind of my vice. Everyone's
Mhm.
like, what's your vice? I'm like, I guess like juice and pop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the greatest, but
Yeah.
I pick and choose
Have
my
you tried?
battles.
Have you done like? Do you feel like you need therapist?
I think, do I need therapy in my
Yeah.
life? Probably. I think everyone needs
Yeah.
therapy in their life. I'm like, I have a problem where I mask my things with work,
Mm-hmm.
where if I'm going through
Something
things in
active.
life, I just deep dive like
Mhm.
straight into my work.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I've done the best in my career.
Same.
When I deep dive straight into my
Same,
work.
girl.
Just like life is so
Life.
short,
Mhm.
you know, so I deep dive into my work, but there's probably things I
Mhm.
should probably work through
Mhm.
like life
Eventually.
issues, daddy issues,
Yeah.
all the things. All my
Yeah.
friends try to get it out of me. It doesn't really
Yeah.
work very well.
But listen, as long as you're happy,
I
and
am
your
happy.
energy is like it sticks to you,
Thank
and
you
I love
so
it.
much.
So
I really
keep
try.
doing what you're doing.
I
Love.
really
keep drinking
try.
the pop.
Exactly, right? It's gonna be okay. Everything's
sure.
okay.
For sure. I wanted to ask you, what's the craziest event you've ever done that you remember?
That I remember.
Yeah.
Every event is crazy in their own way.
Okay.
So it's just like I feel
One
like
for the books.
for the books, I'm trying to think of something. What I'm trying to think of one that I really, really, really liked.
Mhm.
Or like cool. Like I've done so many cool things. All my
Mhm.
events are so lovely and I'm
Mhm.
so blessed
They
to be
are.
a part of them, honestly. One of the cooler ones, I think balloon wise and like event wise, there's two different ones. So balloon wise,
Mhm.
the coolest, biggest installation I've ever done was for Mario's birthday, like
Mhm.
Nintendo.
Okay.
So Mario is
seen that one.
Mario, which is March 10th. That's his birthday.
Mhm.
So it really spells his name.
Mhm.
And we did like, I don't even know how many balloons. It was like over 4,000 balloons. And it
Mhm.
was like Happy Mario Day stacked. And we
Mhm.
had like all the Nintendo colors and they brought in like these Nintendo giant switches.
Mhm.
And it was like the coolest thing. So that was a
Wow.
really cool event that we did. And this was
Mhm.
a couple years ago, which I really,
Mhm.
really liked that one. Another one that we did was actually with Chef de la Mesa.
Mhm.
And it was for Sonia's 50th birthday. And that was really cool
Mhm.
because of all the entertainment they had. That was really cool.
Mhm.
And with her husband, which was amazing, he was the
Mhm.
nicest guy ever, had all these fireworks set off. So
Oh.
we did all this entertainment. We did a steak show. We did all these food stations. We did beautiful flower arrangements, all the vinyls, like everything in this beautiful, beautiful property that they rushed. They had 2 weeks to turn around their backyard. They're builders. They did
Wow.
a beautiful job of turning around their backyard. It was stunning.
Mhm.
And we had a steak show, and then towards the end, we had Vamos events. They did amazing with their entertainment, their DJ stuff, and they gave him the mic.
Mhm.
And he's like, Sonia, I love you so much. It was her husband, and the next thing you know, like 100 fireworks go off in the back.
That's goals.
And I was like, I need this love in my life.
Do.
If I don't have Sonia's love with her husband, like
Yeah.
I'm not
Listen,
settling
girl.
for less.
We can get a hinge guy take you on a proper date.
No, we can't.
So
It's not gonna
fireworks
happen.
and say I love you.
Yeah, it was just it was like chef's kiss, from like the entertainment to the
Yeah.
food to the DJ to the
Mhm.
like mixologist to like we the way that we executed this
Mhm.
and had the full timeline done perfectly. Like
Mhm.
it was such an amazing thing that we got to plan. So that was really cool.
I love it.
It sets the standard, honestly.
Wow, amazing. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yes,
If
100%.
my future husband is listening, keep it in the
Keep
books.
this in mind.
Maybe before 50, I can settle for 30. A little bit
Exactly,
earlier.
100%.
Question for you.
Answer.
What is something you've had to unlearn to protect your peace? So something you've been doing and you're like, okay, we need to stop doing it.
Yeah.
Because it
Oh,
affects
that's a
your
good
peace.
question.
Mhm.
Wow, you thought about these.
Mhm.
I love that. I love that about you. She's the real deal, guys. Something that I've learned to like undo
Yeah.
to protect my peace.
Mhm.
I can't please everybody.
Mhm.
I could be the nicest person ever. I could be so straight up, so straightforward, nice, kind, mean, rude, happy, sad. Like you could be 100 things. And like, sometimes you can't please somebody. And I'm like torn. Like I've been in situations where I had to back out of events because I'm like, I don't think I'm the right person for you. Or like, I can't make this work with your budget. Like I can't give you what you need because you're asking for the moon and the stars. And like, I've dug through the trenches to find things to make this work, but I also don't want to compromise my quality and my work and my mental health through this whole thing. Right. So I think just the power of saying no and just knowing that you can't always please everyone, and whoever is going to work with you should trust you and understand you 100%. And, that's just growth. You know, you can't, it's so hard.
Do you pick and choose your people now? Like your clients? If off the bat, when you do a consultation and it's not going to go.
Sometimes I've been so lucky and so blessed that like 99.9% of my clients, they're all amazing. Like anyone I have right now, they're all actually amazing. And like, I'm so lucky to have all these people and that they trust me and that they love me and I love them just as much and whatever. But I have had some consultations, and from the jump, I've just been really honest. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm the right fit for you right now. Like, I don't know if I can make this work for you. And that happens like very rarely. I think I can count on the number of times on one hand that's happened. So, and I think that when people are choosing an event planner, they choose based off who they heard from or what they see or the experience that they've had with that person. Right. So thankfully I haven't had too many of those conversations, but yeah, like we're getting to a point in anyone's career that it's okay to say no. And I always tell people that saves the client too. Like if you're just honest and you're kind and you mean well and you have their best interest for them, that will save them, and they can go search for somebody, or I can recommend somebody that might be the better fit for them. Right. So we've done that as well.
I remember when I came to you, what I liked about you, you were so direct. You were so honest. I hate when people try to please you.
I know. Just tell me what it is.
Exactly. Tell me, can we make it work? We can't. You were available.
Yes.
Remember, you were available like at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And I didn't feel bad texting you.
Yeah.
And you answered right away and we fixed it. And it just, it worked like magic.
My anxiety. Like when something's not right, like I get like really anxious and I like can't sleep with it unless I know that like all my clients are put to bed happy.
Right, I love it. Well, I was put to bed happy.
I'm like, you're okay. Okay, perfect. You're happy. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, as long as you were happy.
Walk me through a process of an event planning.
Okay, cool. What's the event you want to plan?
Let's do a wedding.
A wedding? Okay, perfect. Yeah. So the wedding consultation is the best. Yeah, I know. We're bringing this into the universe.
Yeah, please.
For possibly
if
a
you're
boyfriend
out here,
first.
listen, please.
So if you come to me and you're like, we just got engaged, we're so excited, blah, blah, blah. Most people come to me with their venue. And I can recommend venues, but truthfully, it's so personal. And people like, for example, like they're really set on the Arlington, for example, right? Or they want something that's a little bit north, like at Three Feathers, right? So, or they want something more banquet hall vibes, right? So they usually come to me with their venue in mind and with their date, because I have to check my availability and they need to see what they want, right? So it's like, okay, they have their date, they have their venue. Cool. Then I bring them to my website. I say, fill out the wedding form on my website. It asks them like the basic questions so that I don't have to ask them 100 times. And I have their email and their partner's number and their number and whatever. So as soon as they fill that out, then it goes to my back end. To my back end, it automatically sends out an email saying, I'll get back to you within 24 hours. It usually takes me like an hour. And then
I love it.
Nowadays, it might take me a couple more hours, but usually it takes me about an hour. And then I automatically send them out a booklet, like a deck. So I have all these decks pre-done that says like, okay, this is how much this package is, that package is, this package is. And then once they go through the deck, then the last page is the book a consultation. So they get a free consultation. Then we book a consultation. I sit down on a Zoom meeting or a phone call with them and I ask them a bunch of questions about the wedding and how many people and what they're looking for and what their budget is, because I find that not everybody nowadays can afford full wedding planning. It's very expensive. But again, it's for what it is. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time, right? So full wedding planning is basically where all the bride has to do is gather their guest list together and get their wedding website going. So at least they know who they're inviting and who's coming. And then we kind of handle everything out from transportation to food, to decor, to design, to stationery, all that stuff. So
do they usually come with a theme, or do you
they
give
usually have a
options?
mood board. So once they choose their package, let's say there's like full wedding planning packages. There's 3 months out. There's partial. There's month of. So once they choose their package, let's say you chose full wedding planning. Then we would say, okay, cool. We sign, we do a contract, we do a deposit. And then I put them in homework. I'm like, okay, now this is your homework. You're going to set up, you're going to send me your Pinterest mood board so we can have a consultation and look at what your vibes are and what's really important to you. Right. Because within their budget, they might say like, I don't really care for the ceremony. Like we're there for 30 minutes, but the reception is really where I want to wow people. Right. So we kind of pick and choose what their priority is. And then we do their design consultation and then we go through that. Then we do their budgeting consultation. And then we do a site visit. We go through their floor plan. We go through number of people. We do the layout if they want long tables or round tables, like whatever they kind of want to do, and kind of go through that process so that once I kind of figure out what their vision is, I can go to my vendors depending on where they're at. We have different vendors for different levels of things. So I would choose the right vendors for them. And that's a big thing too, where I tell my clients, I'm like, if you're working with me, you have to trust me that I have the right vendors in mind. I found some like hidden gems off Facebook, but I'm not going to put somebody's wedding in a situation where I don't feel like that vendor's not yet trusted by us yet. Right. So having that trust from us to make sure that we choose the proper vendors for them. Then we go through their documents and we go through their contracts and look at their pricing. And then they say, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
How many consultations do you have?
It depends. Every client's a little bit different. Like for full wedding, we talk like at least once a month. And then closer to, it's like much more. Yeah. Especially at the beginning. I talked to them a little bit more at the beginning. There's a big gap in between where we don't talk as much. We just do check-ins to make sure that they're okay and answer any questions that they may have, because the beginning is just bulk of like mood board, consultation, finalizing invoices, deposit. Then we have a little bit of a break, and then we go into design. We do their stationery design, their menu design, their seating chart design, go like figure out those designs. And then closer to is when we really get back into it, because then we kind of know how many people are finalized, if we need to adjust any rental bills, did they do their cake tasting, their food tasting, what changed on their menu, right? So that's when we kind of start doing print and who their final people count is, right? We don't know. So, but there's a big thing behind wedding planning that people don't know, is that everything kind of plays into each other. Like you don't want to book your cake first. Like let's say you're doing like a vanilla caramel cake, but you're having like some caramel dessert already included in your menu, but you don't, now it's too late to change your menu or it's too late to change your cake. So now you have two of the same desserts, you know? So you kind of want to look through the process of like choosing your cake flavors maybe a little bit later after your menu's finalized, so you don't double book the same things. There's a lot of things like that, or like fire policies, candle policies. Like we go through all of that logistics.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have been to a few weddings here and then abroad. And every time they hired an event planner, I didn't see any planning in the event.
Really?
For them. So you describing everything that you're doing, it's just insane. But as an event planner, how would you do your wedding? Would you do a banquet hall or would you do something more?
I don't know. I don't know if I ever want a wedding, to be honest. I feel like that would change like once I have a partner and like whatever. But how I would plan my own wedding, I don't think I would do a banquet hall at all. That's just a personal preference. I also don't want like 300 people there. Banquet halls are amazing if you have like 250 people. Like you need the space and you need the staff and the in-house stuff. It's financially it's better that way. But for me, I think maybe I would even do like a destination. I think that would be so pretty. Like I think just having like 60 or people. 50
the closest,
or 40.
I love it. It goes down.
Of your closest family and friends would be really nice. And I would do something like a little bit more like artistic, if that makes sense. Like I love candles and I love drapes and I love fruit and I love like doing something a little bit out of the box compared to just like flowers and candles. Like I would really go all in with something specific.
Would you hire an event planner?
I don't think so.
No, you would.
I would just do it.
Okay.
I
You
have
can
problems. I have problems. Like everyone's like, what happens when you have a baby? I'm like, no, that's my baby. I'll plan the baby shower and I will plan the bridal shower. And I'd rather just plan it because I have the contacts and I know I can do it like with my eyes closed and like
in your
day.
sleep.
Yeah. I'll do it like in a day and it'll be done and then everything will be great.
I love it.
But I think I would plan it if it was here, I would probably do it at like a really cool venue. Like I love the AGO. The AGO is a really cool venue. They do amazing stuff there.
The gallery. Right?
Yeah, the Art Gallery of Ontario. They do. They have such a great.
You did an event there.
Yes.
Yoga.
Yes,
wellness?
it was a Pilates event. One of my best friends, Maya, she owns Vallejo, which is a Pilates studio. Okay. So they're expanding a lot and they do like really cool events like that. So
that was really nice.
Yeah, it was really,
I was
really
like,
cool.
why am I not invited to these events yet?
Right? Come. Like they have so many things going on and we'll have some through the summer as well, which we're planning, which is going to be super cool. Yeah. But that's something that I would do. If I were to do it here, I would do it like Ricardo's is really nice. Ricardo's is great. Like it has a really, really tall ceiling. Like just something different.
Unique.
Yeah. Something different I would do for sure. Yeah. I think that would be cool. Or destination. Yeah.
I love it. If
what
the
about
husband
you?
is listening, he should
make
notes.
You should write notes.
For me, I'm in between like destination wedding because my family is not, majority is back home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, would I fly that? Like they're not going to come here.
No.
And it really depends on the partner. Like, does he have family here or does he have family abroad? Can we do like Greece?
Yeah.
Right?
Gorgeous.
Because Greece to Israel is pretty close.
Yes.
Or
they would fly there for
not
sure.
a banquet hall.
No. I'm over it personally.
I don't even know if I would do like a party, but not like the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
I would go to a hall, sign, take vintage photos.
Yeah.
Beautiful dress.
Yeah.
But then have the party of my life.
Yeah.
We don't need like, probably Chef de la Mesa, not like, not the regular standard.
Not the
like
regular
you sit
stuff.
at the table, they bring you 3 menu. Yeah, no.
There's some beautiful banquet halls. There are like really, really nice and new ones. It just depends on the crowd.
No.
Every crowd is so different.
I feel like when they do the traditional weddings, it's nice if that's what you're trying to achieve, but you please the people. Like
you do.
Where are you in this event? Like, do you remember? How much do you experience? You know what I mean? Like it's more I would rather spend probably half of it, do something more intimate.
Yeah.
And like have the best time of my life.
100%.
Then
it's expensive.
Oh, I know.
Like it's very expensive to do. My sister always says getting married is a rich people sport.
Yeah,
it is.
And I know a lot of couples that are getting married and I'm like, you're just starting a family.
Yeah.
Is it in the budget? Like you could put it towards a down payment.
Yeah, that's what people are doing. Are you
gonna break even? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you like definitely not earn money? If you break even, you're very fucking lucky.
Yeah,
and the
you're
people
very
around
lucky.
You love you.
100%. You're so lucky to break even. But honestly, it's like I love it because it's like the most special day ever in somebody's life. But from a financial point of view, it's tough. It can be very tough. But it's so cool, like being a part of someone's like most special day or one of their most special days. And then I end up at their like baby's
shower. But I love it. You see, you get rehired for it's like you never. It's 100%. Like a mortgage. Like you do brokerages too.
I used to be a mortgage agent for sure. I did that for a little while, but it got to a point where you got to really go all in with the mortgage thing. And I have bills to pay and I needed something that was a little bit faster at the time. So that's where the balloon thing kind of came in because it's easy, like $300, $400. But the mortgage thing is it in the market really depends on it.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of mortgage people right now.
There is. And you got to kind of be older, to be honest.
Yeah.
You got to take somebody else's books and like kind of go under the wing. And I had the most amazing mentor. She's so lovely. And we talk all the time and she's like literally the best. But she was just like, I think you're better at events. I'm like, yeah, I think so too.
You have the personality.
Yeah, you need to be very outgoing.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
I fucking love it. Now, does your social battery ever run low?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like 0.
Really?
Yeah, but like you push through.
Okay.
Go to like negative.
What do you do?
You just like remind yourself that you're just so blessed to be in the position that you're at and like you're here to support somebody. And like, to me, it's like, yes, money is a factor in anyone's life because everyone has things to pay for, but like, I love what I do. Right. So I genuinely love like helping people and seeing a whole thing come together and making families happy and being there for others and like just designing something beautiful. So that's where like my social battery kind of goes on low power mode, where I try to like do as much as I can. But there are some days where as much as happy as I am and appreciative I am, like I just need to like be by myself. Because I talk all day. We talk all day long. Like even driving here, I'm on the phone for 40 minutes. And then after this, I have a Zoom call with the Bahamas trying to get a decor bill finalized. Like it's just always going and going and going and checklists. So I try to spend some time like by myself at night on TikTok.
Right. Now, woman to woman, because we have recycle.
Yes.
A 28-day cycle.
Yes.
Do you feel it? Do you feel when you're like at the peak or when you're like, okay, I'm irritated?
Oh,
I can't.
So irritated.
Yeah.
Like when my time of the month rolls around and everyone
knows.
I hate everyone.
I love it.
I hate everybody. I'm like, like, and then a client will call me. It's not their fault. I'm just like on edge. And I'm like, okay. No, I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm perfect.
Yeah.
And then I just like talk to myself and I'm like, I don't know why you're so irritated, Layla. You're going to be fine. There's no reason to be irritated. You're just going through a bad week. And I'm like, okay, it's all, I talk to myself all day. You have to, you know? So I never try to bring it up on other people. Like even when I've gone through like really tough things in my life, like I don't put it on somebody else. And I think that also plays into like the dating role of things that I've been through. Like I never want to bring my baggage onto like a new relationship or like bother someone with something. So I always want to make sure like I'm 100% before bringing something onto someone.
And I think that's important.
It is, right? Even back to clients, like I don't want to bring my bad week of the month or my bad day onto them. So I just say, okay.
Okay.
And no problem.
That's the answer.
And they're like, do you need? I'm like, no, I'm okay. Everything's great.
I love it.
That's it.
That's it. And you touched a good point about being 100% before dating. I did mention it in one of my podcast episodes where
yes, you did.
A lot of individuals just jump from one relationship to another because they don't know how to be alone, or, you know, they didn't even heal. Everybody, as you said, we go through life. Life happens for us, but you really need to heal before you jump into someone else in a relationship, and then you put your baggage towards someone else, not knowing how to handle you, let alone themselves, right? So it's really important to keep in mind, if you're listening, do some healing, learn how to handle yourself,
ground yourself.
Then,
you have to be very grounded.
You do.
It took me a long time. Like when I got out of my last relationship, that really like threw me for a whirlwind. Like I was like down bad. Like I was like, I am not doing this ever again. And it took me like 2 years to like fully ground myself to be like, okay, like you're gonna be okay. Life has like a lot of things happen in between, aside from that, from the breakup or whatever, like just so many things. And like I had to like really be okay with being alone. And that took a long time to be like, you're okay to be by yourself. You don't always need to be like physically with somebody. You don't always need a partner. Like you can be by yourself, and that took time. So
because you're a boss babe.
Yes,
you are a boss babe.
Thank you.
How do you find dating now? Do you feel like men can't handle you?
Yeah, they're very intimidated.
Very.
But don't be intimidated. I'm nice. I'm a little busy, but I will make time.
Yeah, same.
I will make time if I actually like you.
Yeah.
And I've met such amazing, like really nice guys that maybe aren't for me, but they're really, really, really nice and they're so lovely. But for me, they just weren't for me, and that's totally okay.
What wasn't for you?
What wasn't for me? I don't know. Maybe just like their lifestyle or the way that they like talk, or like our goals maybe weren't aligned or whatever it was, which is okay. But it's sometimes hard because I feel like guys are very intimidated. They're like, oh, you have your whole life put together, apparently. I'm like, apparently I do. You have your whole life put together, and you have this going on, and you have that, and they're done work at 5, and they sit there.
Yeah.
And they go for coffee or they go for dinner or whatever. And I'm like envious of that. I'm like,
yeah,
cool. But then I'm like, I'm up working till how late at night? And they're just like, yeah. And they're like, cook dinner. And I'm like, I don't have time for that.
I can't even look at them as a man. You know what I mean? Like you need to have things going on for you.
Yeah, like go knock down a wall or something.
Yeah, do something. Pick up a new skill, get licensing for something.
Yeah.
Go back to school. I don't know. Start a business.
100%. And
Right?
it's hard, So I think the 9 to 5 thing is hard for me to relate to people on, especially guys. So the entrepreneur way, I get it more. Like when someone's busy a lot, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like if you're
they
working,
don't need to text you every
no,
day.
no.
Yeah.
Text me like good morning.
Yeah.
And like I need to know you're alive and
Bring
like,
you coffee.
yeah, like
pop.
or pop or hot chocolate.
Lunch.
Yeah, bring me lunch or like
Yeah.
call me or
Yeah.
whatever. But like I don't need to see you every flowers, but I don't need to see you every day. I'm busy too. I don't have time for that shit either. But like, it's just making the right time, and it's definitely hard to relate to some guys. But I do find that they're a little bit more standoffish. But if you're just strong and independent, and you're like, and you hold it down, there's no need to be afraid of nothing.
I wonder if we're gonna meet our men here. I really wonder, because I think we're great women.
I think we're incredible.
We have things going on for us.
Yeah. But it's hard here. The dating scene in Toronto is very hard. And like I haven't done like the whole like Bumble thing.
Hinge?
No, Hinge or Bumble. No.
You're not missing out.
No.
Before you came, I had a conversation and I was like, okay, what am I doing? What like very genetic answers, nothing going on for them.
No,
and I'm
excitement.
also thinking like, am my potential guy, is he sitting on dating sites, or like he probably doesn't even have time, like who has time?
No, my dad used to say, my dad was like, these stupid dating apps are so stupid. Like you used to have to go out to a bar and have to approach a girl and ask them to buy them a drink and ask them for your number and put in an effort. He's like, Layla, guys sit on the toilet and they sit there and they scroll and they scroll and they scroll and then they like you because it's easy. And it's so easy for them to sit there for 30 minutes because that's all they do is sit there and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe. And there's no effort. Texting someone, hey, is no effort. Right. So even with Instagram, like I just wish people would just be like, hey, like I'd love to take you out for lunch or coffee or whatever. Like I'd love to take you for dinner. Like what's your availability like? And if I'm not interested, I'm just like, honestly, I'm not really interested right now. And I will tell you like, but it's worth it to shoot your shot. But guys are very scared right now. They're like, they don't want to be turned down. So a lot of the times, like I find myself like being the one to be like, hey, like, what are you doing or whatever? And I don't mind like, I don't mind texting someone first. Like I have no pride in that. Like I don't really care, to be honest. But it's the reciprocation of like, they don't put in the same effort.
Right.
I
know. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, 10 points for just making a move. You look hotter.
Yeah. At least you said something.
Yeah.
Like just in case I say no, it's okay. I'm not
for sure.
It's all good.
For sure. Now, what advice would you give to women who are in their high energy career? Like in a field like this, for example, like in a field that is very demanding. That is you got your vocal, you got to stand up on your 2 feet. You got to express your wishes. Demand.
Yeah. I think that's huge. Any advice that I would give is just, you have to really hold it down. Like you really have to hold it down and stand your ground, and people are going to try to haggle you for this money off and that money off. And like, yeah, there's things that we can always do to try to be flexible and help and see if it's worth it. But you have to really hold it down and like make sure that your back end is really set up and make sure that you're putting yourself in rooms that you want to be in, not that you're forced to be in. And just again, trying to make time for yourself, which I need to do for myself. So I'll take my own advice, but trying to
listen to this after.
Trying to make time for yourself. Like even like calling a girlfriend and just like sitting there on the phone with them and just like tuning out. Like if you don't answer someone for 3 hours, they're going to be okay. Like they know that you're always responsive. And if you're just needing like a couple hours to like take a nap or like close your eyes and like breathe for 2 seconds. Like they know that you're going to be okay. You just need to like take a minute to yourself sometimes. So
Right.
not to be afraid to that. And I do that too. I always answer people like as quickly as I can,
Mhm.
and that they know that I'm there and I'm not ghosting them. Like, or I'll tell them like, give me a day, like give me
Mhm.
one day to finish this weekend. I need this weekend to be over,
Mhm.
and on Monday I'm going to quote you for everything.
Mhm.
So just being transparent. You have to be really transparent with your clients, and that's another big thing. I would.
Clients, friends, people.
You have
boys.
to, yeah. Have to be transparent with everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you're honest and you say, I'll get
Mhm.
back to you on Monday, and you get back to them on Monday, no one will ever be mad at you.
Right.
But if you say, okay, let me get back to you, and then you take 2 weeks,
Mhm.
you can't run a business like that.
No.
You like the busiest people always answer their phone. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
We always answer our phone
You're
because
right.
we want to make sure that everyone's taken care of.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, because you full of confidence.
Yes.
And if someone is looking to build her confidence
Yes.
and her networking skills,
Yeah.
what tips would you give her?
You just need to get outside.
Yeah. To get outside, right?
You need to get outside. You need to go to these events that are happening and be in the know of what's
Mhm.
happening in Toronto. Toronto's a big city. Like there's so
Mhm.
many like fields for
Mhm.
opportunity.
I
Like,
missed so many of them. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I would go, but I
yeah, you have
jumped
to
on the train
I
too
know.
late.
You gotta be
Yeah.
like really online searching
Mhm.
through like social media of what's going on. But you
Mhm.
have to like build your confidence by talking to other people. I always tell people to hand out your business cards, talk
Mhm.
about your business all day long,
Mhm.
and just knowing people will know how passionate you are
Mhm.
about your work.
That was beautiful when you said it.
Yeah.
Because I took a business academy not long ago, and there was 12 ladies taking that course.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing something else, podcasting. One had her nails business, tattoos, whatever
Mhm.
going on for her. And she's like, okay, does your neighbor know you do nails? And she's like, no.
No.
Well, those are your potential clients, right? If you don't talk about it, because that's what I didn't do. I didn't talk about my podcast.
Mhm.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. And then I saw you had an article
Yes.
out, and you mentioned handing out your business cards
Yeah.
everywhere you go, right?
Everywhere.
So I was like, she talks about her business all the time. She's super passionate about
Thank
it. And I was like, okay, this podcast, if I want to make it legit something bigger,
Yep.
I need to start talking about it.
Yeah. You do. How are people
Yeah.
going to know if you don't talk
Yeah.
about it?
Right?
So that's
So
a really big thing. If
Mhm.
you're passionate about what you do,
Mhm.
everyone,
Mhm.
my neighbors know.
I love, but
They-
I don't
they
know if
ca-
my
they
neighbors
came
though.
down my street. One of them. Okay, so I put a balloon garland outside my house for
Mhm.
Halloween,
Mhm.
and then one of my neighbors came walking down the street, and she knocked on my door.
Mhm.
She said, "Who did the balloons?" I said, "Me."
I love
And
it.
she said, "Okay, can you do my daughter's baby shower?" I said, "Yeah." And then I was walking my dog, and I was talking to my neighbor, and I told them what I do, and they're like, "Oh, I have a popcorn business." I was like, "What?" So they make all this handmade popcorn, and I
Okay.
was like, "This is great."
yeah.
So if anyone needs popcorn, I got popcorn.
Yeah.
So just talking about it all day long and just being really passionate about what you do.
I love it.
Yeah.
And no, it's not going to be annoying.
No,
It's just you
I
being
don't care.
passionate.
I actually don't care if you think I'm annoying.
I love it.
I hope that someone's passionate about the same way I'm passionate about it. And
Oh.
clients will email me and they'll be
Yeah.
like, honestly, Layla, you're so, even when you gave me your consultation, you're so like, it clearly shows how much you love what you do.
Mhm.
And that's how you should speak about anything, right? And
Right.
clients know. Clients will know if you're in it for the money or
Mhm.
you're in it because you love it.
Mhm.
Very clear.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to this episode and make some notes myself,
Yes.
mental notes.
Absolutely.
I
You
love
call
it.
me anytime.
And I can call you, and I have you as a reference. But I'm super excited. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
This
Thank you for
was
having
great.
me.
I'm thinking what event I can do next.
Your
When is
wedding.
my girls,
girl.
listen, listen. If we find a husband, we'll do the wedding. But
100%.
yeah, but thank you for coming. If you guys are watching, wherever you're listening or watching, please don't forget to follow, like, subscribe.
Yes,
I will
please
tag
do.
Layla's Instagram page. Instagram?
Yes.
Best way to reach
Instagram,
you?
website, whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll work it out.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Reach out for your upcoming events. It's definitely an ease to have someone who can organize, plan, and have that shit figured out for
Thank
you. And all
you.
you have to do is come down and be ready
Yes.
for the event. But thank you so much for all your support. Have a great evening and stay tuned for more.
Thank you. Love you always.
Always.